A little bit of progress has been made on the Suffolk. We've got all of the starter unit off, so there's all that. That's what's left of one of the bolts that just wouldn't come out at all, but luckily they're both out of the flywheel now. Had to use an impact driver, which is effectively this scene here. Basically hit on that end with a hammer and it goes down and twists, so I set it to loosen and then hit it repeatedly with a hammer and it loosened it. So yeah, that was pretty good. Now we got some more of that lovely coke in there and we heated up the cylinder to the point where actually it's still warm after about 10 minutes. Yeah, so we got her quite hot and I'm going to take that out of there now and we're going to give her a few more taps and see what happens. Well, I've been beating on the Suffolk and we've had some development. I don't know if you could pick it up on the camera, but there is a little tiny ring which indicates to me that when I heard an almighty crunch, she actually moved. Some other progress is the flywheel and ignition backplate is off, but we're going to have another little bit of a beating session on this and see if we can't get some more movement. See what's going to happen. Definitely moved a little bit. The Suffolk piston has moved a little bit more now. You can definitely see where it's moved now. This is the old line here of where it used to be. So she's dropped a good few mil. It's pretty good. It's a start. So I've just heated her up again and gonna spray a bit more oil in there and clean her up a little bit, and hopefully then the piston will move a bit further down. And yeah, then we can start wiggling her free. Just a little bit worried about when the inlet valve is going to want to open, because I'm pretty sure that's rusted shut in there, so maybe that's why it's not trying to go down any further, because the inlet valve's got to come up. Because the exhaust could obviously be stuck. But from the looks of it, yeah, it does look like the exhaust valve shouldn't be open there. So yeah, I think we're at the inlet valve opening. That's a bit of a bitch. I'm gonna have to try and get the inlet valve up and free before we can go any further, I think. Oh well, definitely making progress. Well, it can't be the inlet valve stopping it from going down any further, because she's actually free. She's not actually stuck. It's pretty good going. Just maybe I should try and take the cam out. Take this front plate off here and get the cam out of there. Maybe that's what we gotta do. If you can actually take the cams out of these. Well, yeah, you must be able to, otherwise I wouldn't be able to build them, would they? Duh. Alright, well, we're gonna try and do that now. See what happens. So there you go, I guess that proves my dad wrong. The Suffolk is now broken free. So I'm going to stick the flywheel on and we'll see if we can get it a bit more free and moving up and down, and then we can deal with this rust ridge here, which is quite nasty. Yeah, get the sump off, see what's going on. Hopefully we haven't massacred the cam, because whether these lifters are actually functioning at all, I'm not sure. But oh well, she's definitely free, so that's not too bad. That's something quite interesting with the cylinder head. You could see that there, but there's a slight indentation in 2 places. Now I don't know if that's a build-up of corrosion there, or whether something has gotten into the engine and whilst it's running and bashed the top of the cylinder head. Maybe that's why it was put away. Who knows? Interesting. Well, we're gonna sit the head in there now and gonna use some of this flat Tesco coke to help clean it off. So yeah, but the piston is on the move now. I can't get her to come back up at the moment, so hopefully if I get her to the bottom I can disconnect it from the crankshaft, and hopefully then if I can take the crankshaft out I can knock it all the way through the bottom. I think that's probably what we're going to end up doing. I don't want to tap it down any further until I at least get the cam out, so some work has to be done. So yeah, so we're a bit stuck at the moment, so we're going to do a little bit to the cylinder head, and then we might see about taking the sump off the Suffolk, and probably then wrapping the evening up, leaving some coke in the cylinder. But Tesco coke and some heat definitely seem to do the job. Pretty cool. Let's get this cylinder head. Well, we've hit major progress with the old Suffolk. We've got the ignition backplate off, and we've got a big spanner on the nuts under here that hold the sump on and shocked them off. They were pretty stuck, but they did come off in the end. They weren't too stubborn. So now we can reveal the internals of the engine and the old, icky oil. You can see it in the sump there. Nice. Yeah, it's rank. Nut doesn't look particularly straight. Well, should have probably took that off. Yeah, I think it'll come out. I've got to do something about the key on this side so we can slide the crank out. There's one thing I have no idea how it happens, but how the hell does the camshaft come out of these engines? I thought the plate covered it as well, so when you took that off you'd be able to take the cam out, but I don't see a way that that even happens. So yeah, if anybody could fill in that mystery, that'd be pretty damn helpful. But yeah, we're going to see if we can get the connecting rod off. Right, well, before you could say literally anything, the connecting rod bolts were loose. They weren't very tight. Not very tight at all. But it has revealed some quite nasty scoring on the crankshaft. That's quite bad. And in the cap here, pretty bad.